Ladies and gentlemen, Fox News has already started coverage on Biden's impeachment. Here's one segment you could find below in the description section. President Biden may be impeached over Hunter Biden. Whistleblower claims Representative Van Drew. An IRS official and a Central Intelligence official have come out stating that criminal activity, felonies took place, or that the story was hidden. And you had Anthony Blinken and others trying to hide a story that involved felonies, criminal behavior. The reason that the New York Post was suspended was because they didn't want the issue of criminality, possible felonies, law-breaking in the news before Biden went against Trump. So that's why. And then when Twitter, when Michael Schellenberger and Matt Taibbi, when Matt Taibbi and Michael Schellenberger and other journalists came out with all the information showing that Twitter was working alongside government agencies to silence conservatives over like 100 plus thousand accounts. I think it's 100 to 200,000 accounts just silenced. Nobody cares on the left or within the Democratic Party. You think that it would be a liberal ideal, freedom of speech, okay? Now it's Trump Republicans that care about freedom of speech. Never Trump Republicans and Democrats would love to just erase the First and Second Amendment. You cannot say things today. You can't say a lot of things today. I think it was George Carlin that, well, was it George Carlin or like the 10 things you can't say in America? Or no, it was, I think it was George Carlin, something like that. It was a joke regarding like 10 words you can't say. Well, there are a whole lot of topics that you cannot discuss in the United States of America. Topics that you could have discussed, addressed, even 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago. Not even 3, 4 years ago. So now we're living in a completely different world. You have to ask yourself, well, who wants to silence debate and discussion on a variety of issues? Okay, who wants to erase the Second Amendment? These are two of the most important rights we have as Americans. The ability to defend ourselves, and you can look, laws make zero difference at all because criminals, people who commit crimes, do not abide by laws. So Democrats say, well, if we just have laws, the Second Amendment won't harm people. It's like, no, go look at the cities where they have those laws curbing Second Amendment. It doesn't matter. It's correlated to poverty rates, and poverty rates are the highest in Democratic-run areas of this country. Something like 28 of the top 30 most dangerous cities are run by Democratic Party mayors. And a great many of those cities have, all these laws. But again, there are people, human beings have free will. That's why you have Democratic Congress people spending $30,000 a year on security details. See, again, you have Democrats spending $30,000 a year in Congress on armed security details while erasing the Second Amendment. You have Democrats pumping 200 million barrels of strategic petroleum reserves while pontificating about the environment. You have Democrats saying that Trump is going to devour the planet as there's an invasion in Europe under Biden's watch. And we're 90 seconds to midnight, according to the Bulletin of Atomic Scientists. So you have the New York Post reporting showing that that there were there was likely criminal activity. How can you use your influence on the company's behalf? Is one email. Okay, there's one email where Hunter is being asked by somebody benefiting, by somebody giving money to Hunter and Joe, how Hunter could use his influence on their company's behalf. Okay. You have Joe forcing out a prosecutor within a company that's paying Hunter, within a country that's now invaded. The rebuttal was, well, we proved, as one Democratic congressman, we proved that there was no quid pro quo, and that it was because the official wasn't doing his job. Look, number one, you didn't have, when they impeached Trump, okay, first of all, that was purely political. It was about a speech transcript. Again, you're talking about criminalizing speech, or politicizing speech, versus 150 suspicious activity reports for banking transactions. See, you're not going to get Trump with Hunter and Joe. You're not going to get Trump to silence the New York Post. You'll get Democrats to the New York Times. You'll get Washington Post. You'll get Democrats to silence the New York Post. Okay, the censorship goes one way. You're going to get Republicans to silence, or you're going to get Democrats to silence a publication. And then they say, well, DeSantis is banning books. Like, no, those books can't even be read on any platform. If you read them on MSNBC or CNN, you'd get fined by the FCC. And yet you want students to read those books. Anyway, the point is, Fox News is talking about this now. So there's one segment here. Maria Bartiromo's always bringing this up. The reason is because it's happening, ladies and gentlemen. You might say, well, it's never going to happen. It's happening. You're not going to remove a president without 66 votes in the Senate. But the impeachment issue is very important. It's long overdue. You have to do exactly what they did to Trump, especially since they were the ones who committed crimes. Trump did not, okay? Here's the sad reality of American politics, and hit subscribe to this channel right now, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to support my work, my Patreon is below. The super thanks is below next to the like and the share buttons. And go to hagoodman.com to read my writing on The Hill, The Huffington Post, along the Jerusalem Post, The Federalist, and other publications. Email me at contactgoodman88@gmail.com if you want to be part of a newsletter. When you have the IRS official and Central Intelligence officials coming out saying, yeah, they're trying to cover up the whole story. They're not really investigating what's going on with Hunter. They already have enough information, not just from the whistleblowers, but also from public record, from the information they got from the Treasury, the laptop. They have every email in that laptop, okay? They're not stupid, and they're probably waiting for the best time. They don't want... See, what the Democrats did with Trump is that they waited until... Look at the timeline of impeachment. They waited until 2019, the end of 2019, for the first impeachment, okay? And then you went into, campaigning. So they waited until the end of 2019. Okay, if the same timeline is going to be, they're going to wait till the end of 2023, then they'll go into 2024, and then you have from January to November. So it's the timeline is, and then the Rolling Stone and others are so proud of the twice impeached and indicted president. Well, now they'll have an impeached president, and the Republicans will indict Hunter and Joe. They'll do the same thing that Democrats did to Trump. See, there were felonies here, almost certainly, okay? You had a money flow, business transactions that led to criminal behavior. You can't say anything of the sort with Trump, okay? And if you could possibly... The only thing they got Trump on, if you say, that's not true, what about this, what about that? The only thing they got Trump on in 7 years, think about this for a second. The only thing they got Trump on was a romantic affair, alleged romantic, will likely happen, but alleged romantic relationship, where an attorney paid from his own money an extortion attempt, because Stormy said waited until a month before November of 2016 to say that she wanted the most money possible, or the $130,000, or else she'd go to the press. That's an extortion attempt. It was the attorney that took care of that. And the FEC didn't even view that to be a fine. The FEC did not fine Trump. But, however, he was still indicted. That's the only thing they have. With Hunter and Joe, you have incriminating emails, banking records, whistleblowers. So it's like, You're talking about felonies and impeachment. Unlike Trump, it was just impeachment, no crime at all. Give me your thoughts below. Hit subscribe. Fox News is talking about it now. Give me your thoughts.